Time for my favorite show.
All right, hello, everyone. I'm Sandra Smith, along with Emily Compagno, Kennedy, Jesse Waters, and Greg Gutfeld. It is 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The Five. Man, they're picking on me. All right, Democrats struggling to find a way to counter President Trump as their party's popularity is stuck at an all-time low. Leaders on the left trying everything from social media videos to cursing to steal some attention from the president. Trump is taking notice and has some tips.
They're just trying so hard, and it's not working. They've even now started imitating me, of all people. They want to imitate me, and they start using foul language, but they use too much of it. You know, you can't use the F word 7 times in one sentence. It doesn't work. It might work once every 7 news conferences, but you can't do it. You can't do it 7 times in one sentence. So I don't know. They're really they're in big trouble, that party.
So the party also trying to find a way to appease its base, that is marching in the streets and urging Senator Chuck Schumer to keep the government shut down. DNC Chair Ken Martin making clear that the rhetoric will stay ramped up.
If we reach that break the glass moment when all of our democratic institutions have failed us, right, and we are truly in a dictatorship and an authoritarian regime here has completely shredded the Constitution, then party doesn't matter, and then elections don't matter, and then the resistance looks completely different. But until we reach that moment, and we may be nearing it, Jason, don't get me wrong, the role of the Democratic Party is singular: to win elections.
And now senior White House officials are telling ABC that President Trump is likely to name the new $300 million ballroom after himself. This news is sure to set off liberals who are already worked up into a frenzy about it.
Here's a side-by-side of Trump's rendition of a ballroom with the Winter Palace Ballroom in St. Petersburg. Russia.
Yeah, Russia. We are living in that crazy, wacky, alternate universe that Obama conjured up that night.
Betty Ford, that's her at her desk. She once famously said, if the West Wing is the mind of the nation, then the East Wing is the heart. Well, it has been ripped out.
It's symbolic of the changes that Donald Trump's second term is bringing.
What do the images look like? Maybe a natural disaster, or more commonly these days, war or terrorism.
There's no way the establishment wing can get out there and say they're for that stuff, because then they lose. So they have to lie about it, or they have to be sneaky about it, and then the voters can sniff that out. We can smell phoniness. Smell it right here at the set.
And hypocrisy, I imagine, Kennedy. I mean, you look at the building of this ballroom, and you look back to Jesse's point of the Obama days and the building that went on then. And we rolled tape earlier.
Pipes?
Yeah, we rolled tape there on, like, the media was celebrating the changes made to the White House under Obama.
Yes, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter what they did under Obama. It was cause to throw a parade and maybe give him another Nobel Peace Prize. And it doesn't matter what happens with Trump. Do you realize that no one is talking about the Gaza peace deal? And if this were President Obama who had orchestrated that, it would still be on the cover of the New York Times every single day, and probably for the next 5 or 6 weeks. I am heartened to know that our president is in fact so versatile. He is a tender wonk. I didn't realize we were going to put those two wonderful tastes together tonight. It is like a Reese's peanut butter cup of politics. But it just goes to show you, when you have Ken Martin out there, the head of the Democrat Party, talking about, he's not talking to independent voters. And that is arguably the largest voting bloc in the country. When he says that the singular cause for Democrats is winning elections, it's like, well, it should be about more than that. It should be about getting the government back to work, making sure that federal employees are paid, that servicemen and women can provide for their families. Because guess what? A lot of people who have government jobs, they don't have months and months of savings because they have been taxed to the gills like every other working American. So it better be about more than just our team winning. And that's why they're losing, because they need to come up with ideas that service men and women working hard in this country, regardless of party.
You're a goddamn genius.
Goddamn genius.